There are ways to test out the cranial nerves and everything without needing any machinery. The first one would be factory cranial nerve, which is the number one. It can be tested by smelling different odors and like testing how something smells different from the other and compare. The second cranial nerve is called optic cranial nerve, which is number two. You can identify it by doing a visual test or a color test. Um, so it involves within the eye, so you can see if a person can see certain things or not. The third, I want to say the third through fifth cranial nerves, you can do the same test. The third cranial nerve is called oculomotor, which is number three cranial nerve, and then the number four cranial nerve is called trochlear nerve, which is number four, and the fifth cranial nerve is called trigeminal nerve, if I'm saying it right, trigeminal nerve. Um, so it involves with movement. So the person can stand up and you can see if they are balancing well and if they can stand well. You can see if they're twitching or if their hands aren't moving well. Sixth cranial nerve, you can also do the same test where you can like see if they started twitching or anything. And the sixth cranial nerve is called abducens cranial nerve number 6. You can see if the person has like their eyelids are not functioning good, so their eyes are kind of like droopy or something. Um, and then the seventh cranial nerve is the facial nerve, and that is number 7. You could tell by seeing how they smile or how they look, like their facial expressions, um, their nose scrunch, their eyebrows. You can also identify by their taste and smell, and if something's sour and how they can identify it. The eighth cranial nerve is called, well, it has several names, but the eighth one is auditory cranial nerve number 8. So it's like hearing tests and how high a person can hear, how low, um, the differences of one person can hear than the other. So the 9 and the 10 cranial nerves can be paired together. So the number 9 cranial nerve is called glossopharyngeal. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. That is number 9. And then number 10 cranial nerve is called vagus cranial nerve, which is number 10. And this can be tested out if a person how they talk, so they like vocal cord because it deals with how a person speaks. And the last cranial nerve, which is number 12, is called hypoglossal nerve, and that is number 12, and it could be tested by extending their tongue so you can see how different their tongue is and how their lesions and everything if they have none or if they have some. And that would be it.